Don't do sequels that no one wants.
Yeah, that's all they're doing anymore. Action! Welcome back to Cinemagasm on Coming This
Out
Summer.
of ideas. Out of ideas.
So a few years ago, Bob Iger comes out and he's like, you know what? We're done doing sequels.
No more sequels.
Pixar's not doing sequels after Toy Story 4, and we're not doing it's original from here on out. Yeah. That did not work.
We're going to do the pitch meeting. And it's the fucking Wish debuting at like 60
Strange
million.
World, Wish, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. So the originals.
Lightyear is like bullshit because they're like, no sequels, but we're still going to run that IP into the ground. Yeah.
And speaking of running IPs into the ground, it was announced last year that we were getting a live action Moana remake already. As you mentioned last year on the channel, they're accelerating at a pace that somehow might break physics and pass.
They're going to catch up to themselves. Yeah.
Themselves.
The Moana 2 live action movie will have to come out in like 3 years.
Yeah, we're going to get a trailer for both circulating at the same time. It's not good.
They're like, we're pushing all our chips in on Moana. You remember that movie people fucking loved? Yeah, well, we're exploiting the fuck out of it.
You know the one that came out 9 years ago only? It hasn't even been a decade
It still
yet?
holds up. Moana is one of the best Disney movies made ever. It rules.
Why. So, I don't know. Inside, there's some old Disney, what's his name? Ike, what's it, Pulitzer or Pulitzer?
That sounds right to me.
I can't remember his last name right now. But he's a former Disney guy. He was running Marvel. He's the one that hated Feige. And they low-key pushed him out and off the board.
Okay.
Now, he's suing with people to try to take back over Disney because he doesn't feel that Disney's made good decisions. So they had a big surprise. This is why all these announcements came to go, hey, shareholders, remember Moana?
Yeah. We're going to get you on our side. Yeah.
So Moana 2 surprise announcement. It was supposed to be a television show that was going to be a surprise television show coming out this Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And they shifted gears at some point in the production.
The movie comes out this year, right?
So, well, to me, if you've got, and we've talked about breaking those movies up and how come they're not shows, this sounds like it was done, and they went back and went, we could cut this and make this a movie, and it would probably be better. Like, it went the other way. Like, why do we have six 40-minute episodes when we could just make a 90-minute movie
that will make way more money than...
The plot is like, hey, what if we did Moana again? And this time with new side characters.
Is The Rock coming back?
Yep.
They wrapped up the entire story. What will the plot of Moana 2 be?
There's so many other movies, if you're going to make needless sequels, that deserve them better and more. I would take a real Tangled sequel, not this straight-to-TV television crap.
Princess and the Frog
sequel. Oh, my God, I'd take a Princess and the Frog sequel.
Which you could easily do, you know?
Yeah, why not? There's still more stuff to be told there. That Moana wrapped it all up. Wrapped it all. Like, what else can you do?
Yeah, this deity that's fucking up the ocean. Yeah, we solved that. We're buddies now.
But now there's a new problem.
I bet.
And they have to sail again.
Yeah, their island's dying. Like, you guys,
like
you already did that.
Okay, so let's get on with the sequels. That is this year.
Yeah.
That comes out after Inside Out 2, another sequel, which at least makes more sense because you had the intro into the sequel from the first movie. Like, what could happen in puberty? Burp, blurp.
And they did, like, the short, like, she goes on the date. So it's like they are building to something.
It makes more sense.
Yeah. But there's something there to mine.
Right.
Like, she's 13. It's going through adolescence.
Now she's going to date boys. Now I got to see her brain and all that stuff with the anxiety and all that. Right. Fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I love Inside Out. This felt needless. And then next year, we get Zootopia 2 on November 26th.
See? Okay. I'm okay with that one.
That's the only one because
that
that's
one's
a buddy
fine.
action comedy movie. And you can make 100 of those. Beverly Hills Cop, for example. They're still making those now, 30 years later. That's what that is. It's literally Beverly Hills Cop with Jason Bateman and, oh my God, I'm forgetting.
Judy Hopps? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
I don't
it
know her name.
is. So I'm totally fine with that. Then they announced in 26 we get another 2 sequels. We get Frozen 3 and Toy Story 5. I'm guessing Toy Story 5 is summer, and Frozen will be at Thanksgiving. Like
Toy Story 5 does not need to happen. 4 was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Unless 5 undoes the damage of 4 and fixes it, then
will it just not have Tom Hanks in it?
That's what I don't understand.
Or will it not have Tim Allen in it?
Both of them are coming back.
But they separated them. They did a Wreck-It Ralph. They separated them. So, if you just undo everything in the 4th one, then it makes that movie even worse because it's like, oh, that was straight up pointless.
Wreck-It Ralph is, you're right. I'm bringing that up. That was one of my favorite all-time Disney movies. And then the sequel comes out, and there's 80 trillion things you could have done. and they did that.
And they did that. That would have been better as a Disney Plus original series.
Show. Half the movie, you're like, okay, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just stop making the movie and make it a Disney commercial for the last half of the movie. And you're like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah.
And all the princesses.
Well, that was actually they did it a couple years too early, but that was the trailer for the Disney X Fortnite shit. We're just gonna shove all the IPs into the thing.
Is.
It's what it's
They're
gonna
probably
be.
gonna reuse that.
It's probably what it's gonna be.
That's gross.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
I would have taken it as a series. Moana, I would have taken as like a week-to-week
They
series.
should
She's
have
solving
kept it as a series.
solving island problems.
And she only has to leave to go to other islands that they discovered
and
after
team up
they got
team
out.
up with Maui or whatever to maybe go recruit other islands.
That's
or
what I'm saying. Like now
people,
they've discovered more people that are somewhat in the area because they're allowed to be out.
because
and
they're
about.
traveling, right? They're
Right.
all on the boats at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
so it's like,
what
where are we
what
going?
doing?
Like, I don't fucking care. Like, yeah, I like things being left open-ended for my own imagination
Right.
to roll off
I
with.
can
Figure it
create-
out. Yeah, I can figure out some canon for
Like
myself.
there's no Frozen 3 needed either. 2 was a rehash of the first one. Also,
2 looks good, but it's
but it's
inconsequential
it doesn't make
to
any,
the
it doesn't it was,
to the story. Yeah. It's like, let's separate these characters again. Yeah. Moana 2 is going to end with them having to go their separate ways or whatever. Again.
sequelitis. All of these sound sequelitis-y except for Zootopia.
Zootopia I'm okay with, even though that show, Zootopia Plus or whatever the fuck, which they completely dropped the ball on, I think. Yeah. We could do a week-to-week case show with Zootopia. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Let's see what that Clawhauser dude who was into the Gazelle fucking artist is up to.
It goes for 7 minutes.
Or these 2 weasels. What are they doing? Like, I don't fucking care.
Just remember Zootopia, guys. We could have just made the sequel 2 years ago.
Could have just made the sequel. Yeah,
That's
and
all.
then no one would have batted an eye.
Open it.
Yep. Fuck. Disney sequels. Gotta love them, right? Bro, I thought Eggman was like the only bad guy in Sonic.
The CGI really goes from amazing to wonky in this, and it's very
Like, they look good. Like Sonic Knuckles
Weird.
Tails. They look fine, you know? And then some things don't.
some things don't.
I'm okay with a Wade Knuckles adventure.
Yeah, no, I'm totally. He's funny. He's been in a lot of sitcoms. He's a funny dude, and I'm happy.
I